I trust that you came up with a good answer. Now, we mentioned two components or more in the how an opportunity can be spotted or present itself to you. Let's look at nature. We say changes in the weather patterns, thereby affecting a climatic region, can bring about several needs which people cannot do without. For example, you remember when the tsunami hit, many companies that are involved in logistics, they obtained multi-million-dollar projects. Why? Because the area where the tsunami hit needed to be rebuilt. And one of the biggest thing that happens in a place where you want to rebuild a city or a town, logistics is a very, very important component. And there are companies that base their service on logistics. These people went in there and got contracts because there was a need to bring about that nation back on its feet. While on the other hand, we saw a disaster, on the other hand, there was an opportunity for companies to make money. Circumstances. For example, a traveler uses a particular route only to discover that there are no bed and breakfasts in that area. On observation, he sees over 50 truck drivers spend their nights inside a cold truck, just behind the wheel, sleeping. And this occurs probably every Fridays. Now, this gentleman, in fact, this is a true story. This gentleman, what he did was, he went and bought a piece of land there and built up a bed and breakfast, and he became a multi-millionaire because he saw there was a problem there. How did he see it? He was part of. He was a victim as well because he used to use that road and also sleep in the truck. But he said, "Wow, time to change. My job has come. I travel a lot, but here are people sleeping outside. I'll put up a bed and breakfast. 50 people every Friday. That's good money. Let alone other days, Monday to Thursday, which he never used to pass through, but Fridays." So he worked out his figures, and there was a business opportunity, and he cracked it, and he got it. So I would say community problems can offer a lot of business opportunities. Just be on the lookout. It's very important. Therefore, the best way to look for a business opportunity is to look for problems within a community. I'd like you to look at task number 2. Can you list at least 2 opportunities for business within your community? I apologize, there's a mistake, a spelling mistake. It's supposed to be, can you list at least, spelled as L-E-A-S-T, not as it is there. We can't change the recording at this point in time. Can you list at least 2 opportunities for business within your community? The opportunity to be a real business opportunity must satisfy the following conditions. Number 1, it must be legal. Number 2, it provides a solution to the community. Third, people are willing to pay for it. Number 4, it is sustainable. Number 5, can you brand it? It must be brandable. Why? We look at, let me just explain these points one by one. Number 1, if you see a problem in the community, or if you see an opportunity, and if it's legal to provide that kind of a service, you can go ahead. If it's illegal, you must not even attempt. There are some business opportunities that arise, but they fall under heavy regulatory realm by the local authority. That does not mean it's illegal. All you have to do is to apply for a specific license in that area. Think of some illegal businesses you've heard, you wished the local authority knew about it to shut them down. Because some people operate underground. Do not go into that direction, even though there is a demand. As long as it's illegal, you find yourself in big problems. Secondly, it provides a solution to the community. We say a business, in fact, is a vehicle to solve a problem in the community. One of the most successful businesses in the world is food, because it's providing a solution to satisfy the hunger pangs of the person buying. There is nothing you can do about it. Nature inside your stomach demands that you eat something. You cannot fast throughout your life, then you're not a human being. So therefore, food business always provides a solution. Anyone who starts food business in a place where there's people, at least they will make some revenue. The third point, people are willing to pay for it. Some things that people do are hobbies, and no one is willing to pay for that hobby. They'll just come and admire, say, wow, this is a nice thing you've done, wow, wow. But actually, they cannot buy it and bring it to their homes because they don't want it, they don't need it. It's a special hobby people can just admire because you've done it, you've shown your skills. But if you do something which people like, for example, let's take photography. Where I come from in Zambia in those days, photography was a big thing. Every weekend you had to go to the city center to just pose and get snaps with friends. It was a big thing. And those people had skills in photography. When I had them bought cameras, they'd make a lot of money. But when I came to the United Kingdom, I found that this wasn't the case, as many people had their own cameras and they did their own business. But you can look at other areas. Second, number 4, is it sustainable? People paying for it doesn't really mean it's a good business. You've got to look at the income and expenditure. Is it going to give me excess amount of money or surplus or a profit so that I can continue doing the business? Can I pay myself out of this? If you can answer these questions, then you're on the right track. That's a business opportunity. Can you brand it? That is to say, can you find a language to communicate this opportunity to the people? So as you do this task, consider those points. In stepping out, we have to look at factors as already discussed. And in trying to communicate your business opportunity, let's look at branding. What is branding? Branding actually has got its origin when cattle was being stamped or marked with a certain symbol so that people can recognize them. Now that has extended to the business setup as a whole. Now, for us to understand this, let's look at what a brand is. A brand is simply a name or an identity. It can come in either the actual name, your name, what is your name, or the business name, but write it in a certain way, or a sign, or a symbol, or a color combination, or slogan. I founded an organization called Amakaya Wingi. It's become a household name because Amakaya Wing is power in coming together. Something people can relate to, something people can focus on. And also, once you do that, you create a symbol, or what we call a logo. Now, when you create a logo, it must resonate with the hearts of people. When they see that, they must now say, oh, it is this man's or woman's business. Now, from the above list, any choice that you can use so that people recognize your product and uniquely attributed it to you, that is a brand. That is a good brand if it stays and people begins to look for it. Now let's look at some common and popular brands. For example, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is a brand that is so popular, and it's written in Spencerian. If you've seen the Coca-Cola brand, I'll probably show you the picture later on. So that makes it unique. When you see that symbol, you just feel thirsty. So they've done a good job on branding. So in your business, you must always think of what is going to be my catchphrase and how do my logo look like. And once you do that, you must then produce probably pens or business cards, nothing written on it apart from your brand, and give them out. And they say, wow, that's a waste of money because I'm just giving them a slogan or a symbol without saying much about it. No, you're not wasting money, because when people begin to see that symbol, eventually the second level advertising, when they see it, they'll be a little more detailed. And when you begin to deliver, say, oh, I see, that's the, all right, I get it. Because trying to get your language out or communicate your opportunity to the people, it must be in stages. Because the market behaves very differently, you know. So there are people that are very polite. When you approach them for the first time, oh, I like this, thank you very much. The moment you leave, they throw the stuff in the bin. Now, somebody who's made a good brand, they don't want to give up, because they know the business they bring in is a business over time. They persist. They again bring some marketing material with even a larger postcard with their brand on it. And people begin to relate to this. Just let one person buy your product or your service. They will take the word round the world, and you never go wrong in continuing to market. So the language you choose determines how far you're going to go with your business opportunity. Now, what I would like you to do is give your business a brand. Sometimes a slogan can be very effective. Let's think, I thought of this one, I think it's good. Food that makes you happy. And then you color code it with the acronyms FTMH. So you ask a friend, have you had some FTMH? You say, what is it? Oh, it's food that makes you happy. Wow, I got it, I sell it. Come on, have a look. Now, this can be a food or drink combination that you heard people have always wanted, but no one supplies. It could simply be fish from Zambia or Malawi or Tanzania or Congo or whatever, or from Ireland, wherever it is. Once people know about it, FTMH becomes the talk. Notice that FTMH is color-coded. F comes with red, T white, M blue, then H beige or greenish or brownish. You might probably want to give a meaning to this if people ask you, what do the color codes mean? If there is at all, explain. If there isn't, just smile. Say, welcome to the club. Task number 3. For the business that you have, make a brand which is suitable and is captivating. Research and find out some popular brands and borrow ideas. Ask yourself, what makes these brand so popular? Apply the techniques to your own. Apologize again, there's just one typo there. The question should be, ask yourself what make these brands so popular. Apply the techniques to your own. It's very important. Language. Language is very important because it has to be something that you use to communicate your business. Now, effective communication is an ingredient of effective marketing. Often people who succeed at reaching a target audience have spent time in research on the best language to use. For example, if you go to a new group of people you've never met, and you are definitely sure that these people, they need this product because you've done your groundwork. Now the time has come for you to take your product to that area. Now, the way you communicate can create a barrier between your business and your people. Nowadays, people like to hear some moral reason for your business. Do you contribute anything to the community other than making a profit? Some people don't want to hear the word price while you're communicating your service, your business to the people. They want to hear benefits. They want to hear what's going to do to their lives. They want to see some incentives before they buy. I walked in Tesco's, I remember, and I found ladies there by the entrance. They had a table and lots of little pieces of cheese, chocolates there, drinks there. And as you came in, they handed you one. I said, wow, free food today? And people were eating and drinking. Oh, that's nice. Oh, thank you, bye, thank you, bye. But I said, what's going on there? Then I discovered actually they were introducing a new product into the market. They didn't go there and say, buy, 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 buy. They gave out some freebies. And on the way out, they gave you a little leaflet. How did you think of that? Geez, wow. Over a week, second week, the third week, fourth week. From there, they would have determined whether or not that product has sold. Sold not in monetary terms at this stage, sold in terms of people liking it. So that giving of freebies was a language. Nothing to talk, just eat because they know you want to eat. Most people liked it. After a few months, we saw that type of cheese on the shelf. You understand that bit? It's very important. Don't always factor in your business as you go marketing some freebies. And language here refers to a number of things that constitutes informing the market about your product and getting the intended response. And the response you want is that people must start buying it when it is launched. So, oh yes, I like it. Can you bring me 10 of those? People begin to order. So, but how do you speak to them? You don't have to use words. Like I said, give some freebies, call people, just give them out. When they ask you, respond. Now, let us have a look at one of the interesting adverts I saw many years ago in Zambia. There was a program that came on TV. All they showed was this man dancing in a big shot. In fact, behind his bum, he put some clothes to project more of his physique. And the song went like, hey, hey, Zangalewa, waka, waka, Zangalewa. Those were the lyrics. I didn't understand what they were. A very short clip indeed. Not much was said, but a lot of motion. People rushed to go and see that event live in thousands. When it did come, I think they did some performance in the stadium. So it's very important to know the mindset of the people to whom you want to sell that product or offer the solution. Another area I discovered was years ago now, probably 7 or 5 years, I can't remember exactly. I said pick up a leaflet. It just said confused.com. He didn't say much. I said, what an advert. See that language used, confused.com. But then I said, wow, one day I ought to go and Google that confused.com. What is it? They did not say much on their leaflet. It just said confused.com. Now, many people use the site for anything, especially insurance comparisons. Can you see? There are stages in which you can start communicating. Your language must be strategic. Either just act, or write, or speak, whatever the case might be. Task 4. Design 2 adverts for your products or services in your business. If you don't have a business, do an imaginative one. You must have an audience or target market in mind for you to use the appropriate language. Identify why your product is unique as compared to another supplier in the same industry. You can design this as a leaflet, or just pick up some words, put them together, and don't forget your brand name there. Lesson 1 has addressed a number of points, and I want us to look at lesson 2. The main learning outcomes are how to develop and make your business relevant to the needs of people, how to register your new business with relevant authorities. When stepping out, these are some of the important things that you need to have, because you've seen an opportunity, you're branding it, you're creating an awareness amongst the fellow people that you know in the area. You haven't started trading yet. Now you want to develop your business to be relevant to the needs of the people. This is where we've got to be very smart. Now we go into business to make money and not friends. If we make friends, it is a bonus and a very good one, because you can you can count on a customer who will keep coming back. A business must be able to generate a good revenue, and in order to do so, you must develop it such that it meets the needs of the people. And I want you to underline meets the needs of the people. A business, in fact, is there to meet the needs of the people, to solve their problems. It's the very thing they pay for, the needs. If they didn't need it, they won't come to your business. The satisfaction of that need is the most important thing in business for the people. Now let's look at how to make the business relevant. It involves a constant review of the changing markets. That is to say, what is it that people are looking for, and why are they looking for that, and why are they shifting their interest from this to that? It shows what people actually are in need of. Smart pricing. Pricing sometimes can boost your business or can kick you out of the business realm. Mind you, when you go into business, there are competitors. There are other people providing probably the same or exactly product or service as you are. So smart pricing must be such that it is affordable. But then again, it is not too low. It must be competitive. Incentives must play a big role in this. I've seen some shops where they say buy one, get one free. If you can look at the wholesale market, at the price at which you buy certain commodities, and if you work it out such that even if you give away one free product, if somebody bought one, it's still within the profit margin. You can work this math yourself. Improving the quality of your provision by working towards a set standard, which you can obtain by way of customer feedback. It's important to have a questionnaire. Very crucial. When people buy your service or your product, give them that questionnaire. Not too long, and again not too short, but just right, which they can complete within seconds or minutes. Why is that important? They give you a feedback on how they see your product. And a customer, we say, is always right. Then you try to work on those standards, improve. Then you can set your own standard. I need to be able to produce my products up to this quality. And also, if you belong to a type of business where there's a regulated body, look at the quality standards they set. Self-evaluate. Say every 2 months, evaluate yourself. Don't wait for someone to come and tell you. Look at that point. Therefore, you find yourself shifting towards the customer needs. And you find that people begin to like your business. Rebranding dead brands which no longer work. Have you not noticed sometimes you just don't like something? Many people just lose interest and that business begins to slide. Probably that brand name has had some issues in life associated to things which people didn't like, even though it was not their own problem to go into that situation. But because of what happened, people lose interest. Once they see that brand name, they don't want to go buy. It's time for you to change. Rebrand it. Find another brand that you can work under. Forget this one, it's not working. In business, we are there to make money. or not to show your face. Let them like my face. It's not about your face. It's about you making money, becoming sustainable. You're an entrepreneur. You're stepping out. You got to go there and make it big. Offer incentives wherever possible. I like some shops, when you go into there, they say, oh, my brother, I'll look after you. You just went there to buy some, maybe sweets for your children. Say, I'll look after you. And they give you some tip on top. Wonderful. So try to go 1 mile ahead of your customer. If they want this, offer them that. If you offer them that, let them take one of the things which makes them feel they've obtained for free. And that's part of marketing. You're taking the word round. So you begin to make a customer base, friendly environment. Some customers, I understand, I was talking to a friend who runs a shop where he sells jewelry and bags. He says some customers, they're so lonely out there in the house, and they've got so much money. The only thing that gets them, gives them kicks is to come out and buy. They just go shopping. But if you're doing business, you're not going to be canceling them. Oh no, it's not good to buy. Go save this money. Maybe you can have a party with your family. No, they came out to your shop to buy your product. Offer them a friendly atmosphere. Oh, hello, come in. I've got this and that and that. If you see them coming regularly to buy your stuff, they're a good customer. Offer them an incentive. Look after them. Move your product or service to a location where people need a service. How can you imagine you live in England and you want to go and sell your product in Scotland? Because you know there's 500 people want your product. You might as well move to Scotland because you can make it big there. There's no point in spending 6 hours driving to Scotland. You stay overnight there. You sell your product for 2 days. Another 6 hours you come back. Almost on twice every week you are there. Then you calculate, you wish you lived in Scotland, then you can make better money. Move to Scotland. If that business is sustainable and can make some good living for you, some good money for you, move into Scotland, make it big. You've got only one life to live. Make it big. That's a good opportunity for you. Make it big. Support a cause in the community by visibly contributing to it openly. You can choose one charitable organization. You can choose one cause that you support and put in a counter. If you've got a shop, you say, we support this. Boom. Go out in the community when things are happening. Be part of the community. They see you there. But don't go there without your brand. You must wear a t-shirt with your name on. Because the people need to be seeing you. Mind you, in society, there will be people who are going to love your brand and what you do. There will also be people who won't like it. Whether you do good or bad, they will still would never like you. You must resolve that point. But your point is to take the business and become relevant to the people. We are going to end there before we go into types of businesses, which will take us into how to register your business with the relevant authorities. I'll introduce the topic here. For an opportunity to be converted into a business idea, it needs a business vehicle through which it can be legally sold to the general public or the target market. Here are a few examples. There are various types of businesses. Number 1, limited company, limited liability partnership, public limited company, sole trader partnership, public-private partnership, etc. I'll explain this in more details when we go to the next section. At this point in time, I'd like you to carry on your tasks as already directed, and also the assignment, which I'm going to explain a little bit how it is presented. Thank you very much. Any questions, you can make an appointment online, open the chat, or ring the number to make an appointment, or email. You can email me directly to info@cpacollege.org.uk and put for the attention of Dr. John Lukomona. Thank you very much.